Well, this is definitely a pink beanie kind of a day. Thanks for tuning in. I am up here at Zephyr Point at Lake Tahoe. Well, let me just show you the way down here. It's kind of cool coming down the steps this morning after another 6 or so inches of new snow. So let me bring you on down here. My plan was to do this house to house from the dock, but it was clear to me that there is no getting down there. Here I am hunkering down underneath Dobbins Hall. Normally there's a great view of the lake, but right now it's just a giant pile of snow. I'm one chapter away from finishing Lamentations today. I hope that some of you will be able to join tonight for our worship in the sanctuary. I can't remember if it's live streamed. If it is, I may join you, but I'll be here. But what a great book, just to remember how important it is sometimes to just lament, to just cry out to God and say why. I was reading in another book that I'm going through this week about a young man who went to his pastor and said, "Pastor, does God know which finger I'm going to hold up before I do it?" And the pastor said, "Yeah, God, of course God knows that." And then this young man pulled out a magazine. It was a Time Life magazine, I think, that had starving children on the front, and it was documenting some of the areas of poverty in the world at that time. And this young man said, "Pastor, does God know about this?" And the pastor said, "Well, yes, God even knows about that." And he left it at that. There was no discussion about it. There was no conversation. And this young man turned out to be Steve Jobs, who we all know well. And he left the church at a young age shortly after that and never returned. And the book asks the question, wondering, could it have been different if this pastor had said, "Hey, I don't understand that either. That's a really good question. Let's just sit in lament about that. Let's open scripture, invite God into that. Let's bring your parents into it too, and just have some conversation and have some back and forth about the things we don't understand that God does." This place, all this snow is too much of a good thing. It's beautiful, and I love it. It's a good place to be this week. But it's caused power outages and road closures, school closures. There have been roofs of houses that have collapsed. Some homes have even exploded because the gas lines had too much pressure. There's just so much. They don't know what to do. Last night in South Lake Tahoe, they were putting snow into trucks and hauling it away to who knows where, because there's just too much in town to deal with it. But I just invite you to take a moment this week during Lent and to write down your laments, just to write them down on one page. I was surprised when I did that, how many I could come up with. But it was so freeing to just place those there and before God in prayer and just recognize those as places to be in touch with God. So I hope you're able to join tonight. I hope that this finds you well. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. Back into the snowstorm. Have a great day.